guys, it's Julian here. Happy 2021. I'm back with some new videos. So today I'm going to be doing an anime theory because I want to kick this year off talking about an old anime that I reviewed again about a year ago when I first started the channel. Now, when I reviewed the anime, I didn't quite have anime theory videos, so it didn't quite occur to me at the time I should do a spin-off film and talk about what I thought happened after the series. Well, a year later, I've now decided to revisit that series. So let's take a look at what I thought before. But Takizawa responds that he still has work to do and will return for Saki once that is done. Now, a little bit of a spoiler. We don't know what that work is, and we don't know when it finishes. So at the end of the series, sadly, Saki is waiting on Takizawa. Now, that doesn't discourage me, because it is left up to interpretation, and I really hope that they do come back to conclude that in Saki, have Takizawa return to Saki. Oh. That's right, I'm continuing on with what I think is going to happen after Eden of the East. So, my anime theory is after Takizawa meets with Mr. Outside, what happens then? How does he save the world? And does Saki and Takizawa ever reunite? So, as you know from my review, Eden of the East has 11 episodes, or a compilation film, and 2 movies. Now, like I said, because it has a compilation film, many can consider it a trilogy, because you got 3 movies, but I don't really quite count the compilation film, because technically it's compiling 11 episodes into a 2-hour film, which clearly has less content than 11 episodes. So I like to think the series is still 11 episodes plus 2 movies, which means that if the series needs a trilogy, we need a final film. Well, what is this final film going to be about? Well, let's dive into it. So, like I said, at the end of Eden of the East, Saki and Takizawa departed because Takizawa wanted to go and finally meet Mr. Outside and finish up what they had started. Saki ends the series with telling Takizawa that she will wait for him. But we don't know how long that's ever going to be, and kind of as her narration said, she's still waiting. But not today, because in the final movie, we get to explore what that mission is that Takizawa and Mr. Outside are going to accomplish. So after Takizawa and Mr. Outside meet up in that taxi cab, they consider planning for what is going to happen in the future. So they get to work by cleaning up the cells mess that they had, because, you know, each of the cells had their own way of trying to save Japan, so first we gotta clean up that mess. Once that's all done, Mr. Outside is quite old, so he does sadly end up passing away, leaving his fortune to his nieces, Juice. But he also leaves some money for Takizawa to keep going on with their plan. But what is their plan? How are they gonna save Japan? Don't worry, I got that covered right now. So, Takizawa continues on with using the Eden of the East search engine, because as we recall, it was shut down because it was considered part of terrorist activity. Well, Takizawa revives that by creating a new tech giant. At the forefront, this is their main product, with an attached Juice assistant. Because, come on, we got that lovable Juice AI, we're not going to kick her out of this at all. So she gets merged with the Eden of the East search engine and becomes a hit in the world, making billions of dollars, branded under a new name. With Takizawa's new tech company, he doesn't quite forget about those NEETs that helped out again. So he decides to buy out that mall once again and converts it properly into an HQ for this new tech company, hiring all the NEETs and the old Eden of the East company to work under it. But Julian, since Takizawa owns this company, won't they all find out? Takizawa becomes a mysterious buyer. No one quite knows who is running this tech company. So nobody knows that Takizawa is actually still around. But then what about Saki? How are they going to reunite? Don't worry, I got that covered. Once Takizawa is creating this tech giant conglomerate, come on, it's a tech giant, so he's got to create like cell phones and stuff. This helps boost Japan's economy and puts them back into a decent status, and continues to clean up that cell-to-cell war that kind of happened a few years earlier. Once that's all done, Takizawa finally believes it's time to meet up with Saki. But come on, their whole relationship was a mystery, and Takizawa's life is a mystery. Wouldn't their reuniting also be kind of like a mystery? Of course it is. So Takizawa decides to send
Saki a package containing the original cell phone that he had, attached with the assistant Juice, fully functioning. He decides to lead Saki on by using Juice to take her on down a journey down memory lane and revisiting all the places of their past, taking them to the old movie theater, the old mall, back to New York, and all the places they were in between, and back to that merry-go-round on top of the roof. As he takes down Saki down memory lane, you gotta end off in the place that they all met at, which was Washington, D.C., but I'm not gonna repeat the beginning of the series where we saw Takizawa naked, because come on, he's a little older now, and seeing an old man naked just isn't gonna work again. No, but instead he's there in his Air King t-shirt with his famous pose as Saki comes. Saki is overjoyed by their reuniting and is so happy to see him. He starts by opening up by saying, hey, where should we go out on our first date? But Saki doesn't quite know if this reuniting is actually for sure and gonna stick, so she is a little hesitant and asks, how do I know you're not gonna leave me this time? Takizawa takes her hand and places a ring on her ring finger, saying, my work is now done. All I want to do now is to be with you. And to me, that is how I believe Eden of the East should truly end. In that final film, seeing Japan be re-picked up into its glory days, Takizawa reuniting with Saki, the Eden of the East search engine making its revival, and everyone basically having their lives turn out for obviously the better. Again, I know the ending was very open-ended and it was still ending off on a pretty good note, but it just couldn't help but leave a very sour note because Takizawa left Saki in the end, and I thought because during the entire time they were together throughout the series, they were great, and to see them in the end not be together, it really hurt me. So to me, this is what I need in this final film, is to see them finally reunite and Takizawa's mission finally accomplished. Let me know if you agree with me. Let me know if you have other ideas for how this third movie should play out, or how you think Takizawa and Saki should reunite, or if they even should. I mean, I know there was another guy that had a huge crush on Saki, so should she end up with him or Takizawa? Let me know in the comments down below. Anyway guys, thank you for tuning in to another video and checking out this anime theory. Don't worry, the year is only just beginning, so come back and check out more anime reviews and theories down the road. Anyway, that wraps it up for this video. I'll see you guys in the next video. See you later.